You wanna smoke a joint in my car, baby? It was about 1 in the morning on a Thursday 3 years ago. I was hungry as hell, but we were out of milk and the only things I could make were Kraft Dinner and cream of mushroom soup, both of which called for milk. My husband was already asleep, so I decided to make a quick run to the corner store. It's seriously one street down from me, and it takes no time at all to get to, so I figured why not. As I approached the store, I could see this older guy hanging out beside the door. He was about 6 foot with long dreads. He was smoking a cigarette and was watching me walk towards him. I took note of him because I took note of everybody when I'm alone. I don't like to be surprised because I was raped as a teenager. Anyways, I go in, the place is dead. There's one middle-aged dude at the register and that's it. I get my milk, I pay for it, and I leave. As I'm walking away from the store, I notice that the guy with the dreads is now gone, and I start to walk back to my house briefly. I get to the four-way stop sign and look both ways several times. I was hit by a car as a kid in a crosswalk. I'm a bit paranoid now. And as I'm about to step off the curb, I hear, "Hey there, lady," in a thick Jamaican accent. I turn around and said, "Hello," with a small smile. Have to be polite, right? And cross the road. He starts walking to catch up with me, and I start getting anxious. "Where are you going now?" he asked. "Home," I replied. "Where do you live?" "Just over there." I pointed to my street, which was coming into view. It's a really short walk. "You're very beautiful, you know?" I was a little taken aback. I'm married." I flashed my ring and sped up my steps. "You like ganja? You want to smoke a joint in my car, baby?" "No, thank you. I just want to go home." I'm now rounding the corner of my street. I can see my porch like 4 houses down, and I'm feeling uncomfortable now. "You should come. Your husband ain't gonna find out. It can be our secret." He smiled, and he licked his lips. My creep alarm bells start ringing, and I practically sprint across my front lawn and into my house. I locked the door behind me immediately, but I could see him standing in my driveway still. I ran to my bedroom, climbed into bed, and under the covers, where my husband wrapped me in his arms. He asked what was wrong. I told him what had happened, and that I thought the guy was still out there. My husband went to check, and said he was gone now. I no longer go to the store alone at night. Short walk be damned. My munchies can't wait until daylight now. Haven't seen that man since. Hey, nurse! So a little backstory. I'm 26 years old and female, and I attend a medical training school. I am in the respiratory tech program and attend night classes that meet from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. This happened to me last Thursday. I arrived at school early. I had to run errands before, and I ended up done earlier than I anticipated. The school itself is in a 4-story building that had other businesses in it. The students get into the school section by using a card we wear around our necks. So there's a janky little gas station near the school I normally frequent to grab a snack or a drink or both. It isn't in the best of the neighborhoods, but it was still light outside, so I grab my snacks and my drink and head next door to school. And as I am headed around the corner, I hear a loud voice shouting, "Hey nurse, can I get some help?" I was not about to turn around, I just pick up my pace and go into the building. So I am waiting for the elevator and I hear, "Hey nurse, come on, I'm sick." There's a skinny African-American gentleman standing next to me. He is obviously under the influence of something, and he is most likely homeless, as he is wearing a poncho made out of a plastic bag. He's not wearing shoes, just socks, with duct tape around them. The elevator dings, I get on, and he puts his hand out stopping it. I said, "I need a goddamn nurse!" He's yelling this, and yet no one in the office across the hall is paying any mind to any of this happening. Our security guard is pretty much a joke in these grounds. She's about 90 pounds soaking wet, looks like she's 12 and she's afraid of her own shadow. I shove his arm out as fast as I can and hit my floor. I hear him yelling after me. I run out of the elevator into a fellow student. I tell her what's going on, and we quickly use our car to get inside. So I tell my instructor, while he's only like 5'7", he's easily 250 pounds. And he goes out to see if he sees the guy. Nope, nowhere to be seen. So we go inside and class starts. No one else was bothered by him. They are all joking about me freaking myself out and imagining the entire thing. So I let myself relax and first break comes. Some of the students head outside to smoke. I head to the bathroom with 2 other students. We will call them Amber and Kim. We all go into the bathroom. Kim goes into the first toilet. I go into the next, and Amber is beautifying herself in the mirror. We are getting ready to go out of the stall when I hear Amber gasp and then yell at someone to get the hell out of the bathroom. So I unlock the door, and sure enough, there is Creepy McCreepson. He sees me and starts calling me every name in the book, saying I'm a nasty whore and I refused him service because he's black. I'm biracial myself, so yeah. Anyways, we try to explain to him that he's out of school and we are not nurses, but he isn't getting it. Thankfully, someone heard all the commotion, and the security guard heads into the bathroom. He runs past her, throwing her into the wall, and takes off. No, it's not over. It gets even better. That night, my instructor walks me to my car. I get inside and wave to him as I pull out. It's not until I get almost home. I smell something nasty wafting from the backseat. So my back window is broken, and it was slightly open. Seems Creeper McCreepson pushed down my broken window, breaking it further, thanks asshole, and either pooped on my back seat or tossed poop on my back seat. And I mean, it was everywhere. He also wrote me a creepy as fuck letter on what looks to be a discharge from an outpatient facility for mental issues. Today class is at 6 and I'm scared this obvious nut job is gonna poop on my car or do God knows what's just something worse to me. So please, pooping nut job, let's not meet again. What the heck are you doing in my apartment? Okay, kids, this just happened to me. I've had a weird couple days, so bear with me. I am a 23-year-old woman currently living alone. I am in the military, so nothing really phases me, except earthquakes. We had a pretty mild one yesterday that woke me up from my nap, and weird people in my house. Both have happened in the last 2 days. This is my encounter with the latter. I clean my house every other Thursday if I have it off. I pop on my headphones and rock out, cleaning every nook and cranny I can find. My apartment is the shape of an L. There's the walkway leading in, and about 20 feet down is an open kitchen, bar, and living room. To the right is the master bedroom, and behind my bedroom door is a pretty large master bedroom. This is relevant, I promise. I've been having problems with my deadlock the last couple of months. Some days it will close, other days it'll pop open without my knowledge even. I thought I'd fixed it with a few good swings of the hammer, but well, I guess I was wrong. A couple hours ago, I was cleaning my master bathroom, rocking out to some Green Day, not really paying any attention. I glance up into the mirror and nearly jump out of my skin. There is someone in my bedroom fondling my jewelry. It's a tallish man, maybe of Eastern Asian descent, who apparently hasn't seen me because I am behind the door. I whip the door open and scream, "What the fuck are you doing in my apartment?" He jumps about a foot in the air, rolls around and gives me this hand caught in the cookie jar sheepish grin. "I'm sorry, I thought this was my apartment," he said before quickly walking out, leaving me with my mouth agape. He slams the door behind him, and I open it just to watch him disappear into the elevator, the sliding doors closing behind him. I tried to follow him because I assumed he went down to the lobby while phoning the police, but I didn't see him leave. My guess for the police was that it was someone in the apartment, but they asked each and every person in the building, and nobody knew about any tallish Asian man living on their floor. There are plenty of empty apartments in the complex, so I wonder if maybe another lock isn't broken somewhere. The problem with this is that the apartments are guarded like 24/7, and you actually need a pass to get onto the property at all. I'm running this as the repairman is fixing my lock. For good this time. Let's hope that this monster, doesn't try and come into my apartment ever again. Let's not meet, man. We used to have orgies, but we don't do that anymore. Now, before I begin the story, I would like to say that I live in a big college town, so posting or responding to Craigslist ads looking for roommates is completely normal. This takes place last Thursday night. My best friend, Caddy, was looking for a roommate as she lived with her mom and wanted to move out as soon as possible. She posted an ad on Craigslist looking for a one-person or a one-bedroom or a room for rent with roommates or anything like that. A guy about our age, 22, texted her, telling her that he and his girlfriend were about to have a room for rent in their town home as her other roommate was moving out. Excited and surprised at the affordability, Caddy agreed to meet him and check the place out. Since she's not an idiot, she brought our good friend Damon with her. They met this guy and the neighbors, and Caddy decided that she really liked him and the place, but need to get another opinion. Later that night, Caddy called me and asked if I wanted to go back over there to meet this guy. She told me how cool he was and how much we all have in common. I agreed. I texted my boyfriend, who was at work at the time, to let him know where I'd be just in case. We arrived at the apartment, and I'm instantly drawn to this guy. He had great energy and was overall very sweet. His girlfriend worked across the street and came over for a few minutes on her break. She was all very sweet, and I recognized her as one of my friend's sisters. She went back to work, and we continued talking and laughing with the guy and his neighbors. The guy had made a comment about him and his girlfriend, and how they used to be into orgies and things alike. Caddy and I are not into such things. We left around 3 a.m. so I could go pick up my boyfriend from work. The next night, Caddy asked me if I wanted to go back over there and hang out, have a few drinks, and get to know his girlfriend a little bit better. Once again now, I agreed. I mean, why not? It was just the four of us this time, and we were all taking a few shots and a couple mixed drinks. His girlfriend has anxiety like Caddy and I, and ended up having a horrible drunken panic attack. We left shortly after, as it was a bit too much to handle, and didn't think too much of it. Now, my and Caddy's favorite movie is Harry Potter. They invited us over on a Saturday night to have a Harry Potter marathon, and unfortunately, my boyfriend was at work and couldn't attend. Everything was normal up until he put the second movie in. Caddy and I were sitting on the floor, and his girlfriend came down to join us for some girl talk and whatnot. Later, he came down to join us. Everything was normal for all of 10 seconds. When he decided to lay across all three of us, he started groping Caddy, and she started groping me. Caddy and I made it clear that this was not okay. Being pinned under the girlfriend, I was not able to get up as she was much bigger than me. She begins to put her hands down my pants and inserts her finger as I'm trying to get up and telling her to stop. He gets behind his girlfriend and begins to have sex with her. At this moment, Caddy and I are trying to stand up, and he finally says, "Oh, you're not comfortable with this?" We tell him that we were never comfortable with this, and that we need to leave. He lays down next to us as we gather our things and begins masturbating. All the while, his girlfriend is trying to pull us back down and tackle Caddy and begins groping her again. We finally break free and run out of the house. The next day, we filed a police report for sexual assault and are still waiting to hear from a detective. The moral of the story is, don't look for roommates on Craigslist. And don't trust people just because they seem nice. Creepy, forceful orgy couple? Let's not meet again.